everyone. Hate starting the show off on a sad note. Just read about a loss of an absolute legend, jazz legend trumpeter Clark Terry. Now, Clark Terry was born December 14th, 1920. No kidding. And my apologies for that. Well, Clark Terry played for over 70 years and just passed away yesterday at the ripe old age of 94. Advanced diabetes. But you know, to be 94, being diabetic and still living to be 94, that's a blessing in itself. Clark Terry's music will never be forgotten. We will never forget this man. He was an absolute jazz legend. He will be sorely missed. Moment of silence, please, for the late, great Clark Terry. All right. Well, we can't have the show on a sad note. That's not the way I do business. That's right, baby. Hello, everyone. It is indeed Sunday, February 22nd in the year of our Lord 2015. How are all you doing out there? I am doing awesome as always. Wicked awesome. Normally it would be Gospel Sunday. Wow, that's loud. But I think we're doing something a little special. It's called Glory Hallelujah Sunday. Why? Because we're going to feature the 1989 classic Morgan Freeman movie, Glory. An absolutely phenomenal movie. Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. Phenomenal trio of actors. Carrie Elwes was in the movie, but they deleted most of his scenes. But anyway, so Glory, great movie, 1989. Why not? Hey, it only makes sense. It is George Washington's birthday, what we know as the father of our great country. So why not Glory for today, right? That's what I'm saying. Well, hey, today's unofficial sponsor of our show, and it's always great to hear from them. I've been chatting it up with them. The Rabble. Check it out, folks. The Rabble. That's right. One of our earliest unofficial sponsors of our show. The Rabble. Great page to go on there. Rabble stories. Unravel them. Whatever you want to do. My good friends Johnny Montgomery and his wonderful better half Emma. Johnny and Emma Montgomery. Very dear friends of mine. Living in Utah. That's right. Utah. And Johnny and Emma, I wanted to give you two a big time love that salute. Oh, hell yeah. Damn right. I miss you guys so much. You did so much for the 12th Army Division Museum down here in Yeehaw, Texas, otherwise known as Southern Oklahoma. Johnny, a badass crew dog. That's right. And Emma, just an absolute sweetheart. You two truly reek of awesomeness. So with that said, let's bring out the normal Gospel Sunday beer consumption apparatus. We'll call it Glory Hallelujah Sunday. That's right. And I got the Boston Bruins game on against the Chicago Blackhawks. Bruins are killing them 6-1. I got a friend of mine who's going to lose a bet. So yeah, let's bring it out. New Belgium Portage Porter. Never had this one in the Sears show before. Why am I not wearing sunglasses? Come on, did they have sunglasses in the Civil War? I don't think so. So you got to try to dress the part a little bit. New Belgium Portage Porter, 6% alcohol by volume, out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Above average in strength, hopefully well above average in flavor as well. Let's bring out the next song. We got a whole bunch of Civil War era music for today. Union and Confederacy, why not? Gotta represent both, baby. Proper opening apparatus, proper technique, here we go. And a 45-degree angle right into the beer consumption apparatus right over the keyboard. Because I'm just that damn good. Haven't spelled drop yet. Never have, never will. Oh, what a great song. Dixieland. Alright, cheers the beer to all of you pussies. Say Germany pie as they say in Japan. Oh, that's good. That's real good. I'm going to give that a... Spring, huh? interesting. Roasted coffee, chocolate, and almonds. Wow. Very nice. It's a big solid A on this here beer. I love it, and you will too. Emma Montgomery, you like me? You like those dark beers? I know you'll love this one. You know how I am about the beer. That's right. Well, hey, we got some birthdays to get to, so right off the bat, my good friend Carrie Leaf, a wonderful Mafia-ette that I've known on the Mafia Wars for a long time. Carrie, happy birthday to you. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the help on Mafia Wars each and every day. It's all about helping each other out because that's what we do. Teamwork makes the dream work. So we get stronger so we can crush the opposition. Oh yeah. Well, Carrie, happy birthday. Hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers to beers. Next on the list, my good friend Blodwin Jones. Another wonderful Mafia on the old Mafia Wars. Help me out every day as well. Blodwin, what's going on, girl? How are you? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday to you. And Blodwin, I'll see you on the Mafia Wars shortly right after the show, and I hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers. Next on the list, my good friend Bill Posey. Wonderful mafioso on the old Mafia Wars. Paul, Bill, I was looking at my notes from later. Bill, what's going on, big man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Another one that's in our Mafia Wars crew. We help each other out. That's what we do. Because, hey, you know, nothing like getting rid of pent-up frustration after work. You get home, say, I'm going to ice some fools. And, Bill, that's what we do, man. Absolutely. Well, Bill, I hope you have a wicked awesome day. And celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers to you, my friend. Next on the list, badass crew dog that I work with down here in Yeehaw, Texas, otherwise known as Southern Oklahoma. Pretty much the same damn state. That's right. My man Terrell Murray. Terrell, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a wicked awesome day. Party hard and enjoy. Celebrate like it's 1969. Minus the acid. Cheers and beers to you.
Shout, shout. The battle cry of freedom.
Battle cry of freedom. This is the Confederate version. So you know you're going to hear the Union version after. We'll compare the two, see how they are. In the meantime, next on the list, happy birthday to my good friend Paul Padilla. Now Paul is another mafioso on the old Mafia Wars. And Paul, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And happy birthday to you. And Paul, I hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers, my friend. Terrell Murray, I miss working with you, man. I do. And Paul, great having you in the Mafia Wars crew. All right, the final birthday of the day goes to an absolute sweetheart friend of mine that I know from good old Martha's Vineyard Island. She's an ageless wonder, naturally. We all are from Vineyard. I knew her Stephanie Texera, or would it be pronounced Teixeira? You tell me. But Stephanie Schofield, owner, proprietor of Wicked Cheesy Pizza. Folks, check that place out if you're in Massachusetts. Wicked Cheesy Pizza. With my good friend, Stephanie Schofield. Stephanie, happy birthday to you, girl. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Looks like you're doing fantastic. You and your husband, your kids. Great family, girl. She's a fine outstanding graduate of Martha's Vineyard Beach High School class of 1994. That's right. Squeeze me. And I remember the lovely Stephanie when she was a widow freshman and I was a big old senior. Well, Steph, miss the hell out of you, girl, and hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers. I'm not going to have pizza for dinner tonight. No, I love guys who make me chilaquiles. Fried tortilla squares. She cuts them up into squares, fries them, you know, all that good stuff. Tortilla squares, her red sauce she makes from the red peppers, Mexican peppers, and then lots of cheese. It's wicked cheesy. It's wicked good. All right. Well, we had ourselves a trivia question, a couple of trivia questions, and the first one for this movie, Glory from 1989, was simple. What was the name of the African-American unit depicted in the 1989 movie Glory? Well, folks, we even offered to not require that you can use Google. Well, our good friend Jim Cockfield said 54th Massachusetts. He even said he didn't even need Google for it. Because, Jim, you know your war history, brother. And you abso-freaking-smurfalutely nailed it. Wicked awesome job. It ain't big. Yeah, Dr. Salute to you. Oh, hell yeah. There you go, Jim Cockfield. Now, Jim is the owner and proprietor of Philo Liquors. That's right. One of my favorite places to get adult beverages. Probably it is my favorite place to get adult beverages. Philo Liquors. That's right. Get your butt on down here and get yourself some Philo Liquors. Get some adult beverages. And trust me, Jim Cockfield, Chris and Stephanie May, and the whole crew, their son Nick, Kelly, and Dave, they will take care of you. And they will support you like a double D bra. Underwire. That support. Jim Cockfield, wicked awesome job, and a big hearty cheers and beers to you, my friend. Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks just scored at 6-2. I recognize that song. Yes, by the way, Jim, I bought this here beer over at Philo Liquors just yesterday. Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, let's bring out that next song, shall we? Battle Cry of Freedom, Union version. And our next trivia question. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, it's coming. Trivia question was, the inaugural battle for the real 54th Massachusetts was at James Island in what state? Now, my good friend Jim Cockfield, hey, Jim, you didn't follow trivia rules, man. You answered it correctly first and foremost, but you had already answered one correctly. We always say one correct answer per week for our fans, so it gives everybody a chance to, get their shot at it. But Jim, you were right, but I'm going to give it to Jen Gibson. Now, Jen Gibson's an absolute sweetheart of a lady, an administrative legend that I work with down here in Yeehaw, Texas, otherwise known as West Louisiana, pretty much the same damn state. And she's from She's from South Carolina. And oh, by the way, she said South Carolina. The only James Island I know. Bam! Jen, you nailed it. Wicked awesome job. It ain't big. Love Dr. Salute to you. Oh, hell yeah. Way to go, Jen. Well done, my friend. Cheers and beers, dear. Feeling good? I'm feeling wicked good. How about some additional shout-outs real quick? I got to give it up to my good friend Jen Moreau. Jen Moreau, a comical nav wizard and an absolute sweetheart, originally from Rhode Island. I worked with her in good old California, land of fruits and nuts, otherwise known as Southern Oregon. And Jen, always involved in beer and song of the day. You totally are wicked awesome. Méchant génie. French for wicked awesome. You know what I'm saying, eh? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Canada indeed. You guys used to love our neighbors up north. Jen Moreau, my friend. Cheers and beers to you, my dear. You had answered that African-American unit question correctly, but Jim Cockfield did beat you to the punch. You missed it by that much. Damn it. I'll give you a shout out anyway, because you're ultra cool. Alright. So there you go. Now let's give it up. We've got a good friend of mine that's got a 20-year job anniversary today. He just hears the cry of freedom coming. My good friend Nate Best. Nate fixes weapons for a living. I work with him down here in Yeehaw, Texas, otherwise known as Northern Mexico, pretty much the same name country. Nate, congratulations, brother. 20 years on the same job. Wow. Dude, you know what you can do? You can pull chocks anytime you want to. You can say, you know what? I'm done with this operation. Isn't that feeling of freedom absolutely wonderful? Trust me, I'm there, brother. I know what you mean. Nate, congratulations, brother, and cheers and beers to you. Finally, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, big fan of beer and song today, Helen Mearing. Now, Helen, I posted up a 1940 Cadillac convertible. You absolutely love that car. And we were bantering back and forth today about that car. And you love the page. We love having you as a fan. Helen, remember, fans can request whatever they want. And I will do my damnedest to make it happen. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about you. Fans like you, Helen Mearing, and all you other folks out there. I do this show for you. And so I can drink some beer too, you know. It's my after work special release. But Helen, great having you as part of the fandom, and I give you a big hottie. Cheers and beers. Oh, what the hell? I'm going to give you a Love Doctor salute as well. Oh, hell yeah! Cheers. All right. Next song, Cavaliers Glee. I think it's time we get to our vehicle of the day and our instrument of the day. So here you go. Today's vehicle of the day, hey, it's Civil War era. Why not a Civil War Army escort wagon? Look at that, will you? Civil War Army escort wagon. Hey, they didn't have any cars back in those days, but that's still a vehicle. It just took some horsepower, real horsepower, the power of horses, pulling that sucker. So there you go. That is your vehicle of the day for today on Beer and Song of the Day, Big and A. Now, I just heard him say bugle. How ironic. That sound of the bugle call was very popular in the Civil War. So why not a Civil War bugle? That's a real Civil War bugle that I found online last night. I don't know about you, but I would love to have me one of them. A real Civil War bugle. Wow. That is epic. That is your instrument of the day on Beer and Song of the Day, Big and A. So there you go. And let's drink.
Spur on, we love the rushing of steeds that spurn the turf they tread. We'll
Alright, you know, I think it's time to bring out our first hunk of the day on Beer and Song of the Day. We had 3 phenomenal actors. I've already mentioned them. And this man right here, hey, he's more than just Ferris Bueller. That's right, Matthew Broderick, born March 21st, 1962. Phenomenal actor. And he did a great job in Glory. He really did. Matthew Broderick. That's right, wearing a nice mustache. Keep that in mind. Mustache Madness Month is next month. We got a contest on Beer and Song of the Day for Mustache Madness Month. We got some celebrity birthdays for today. I already mentioned first President of the United States, George Washington. Born this day in 1732. Passed away in 1799 at the age of 67. Drew Barrymore. Now, I've been watching her since 1982 when she was 7 years old in the movie E.T. as Gertie. That's right. Well, you know, Drew Barrymore, phenomenal actress, is a milestone birthday. 40 years old today for Drew Barrymore, and she is so cute. And she's got nudies out there too, by the way. That makes me happy. Hell yeah, it does. Oh, I love me some Johnny Horton. This guy did so many great songs in his short career. Battle of Bull Run. That's right, the first major battle of the Civil War.
The sun shone bright and clear that day. We all left.
Am I correct on that, folks? First major battle of Civil War, Bull Run, 1861.
They came from Pennsylvania, some from Maryland.
Yeah, buddy. Rajon Rondo, former point guard, former Boston Celtics point guard, now with the Dallas Mavericks. Rajon Rondo, 29 years old today, right in the prime of his career. Oh, the Crocodile Hunter, Steve Irwin. I love this picture right here. Crocodile Hunter Steve Irwin for Australia. For all the crocodile hunting he did. He didn't die from crocodiles. Sadly, he was stung by a stingray. Born this day, 1962, passed away at the much too young age of 44 in 2006. I love Steve Irwin, and I miss him big time. Here's a guy that is an absolute icon when it comes to the slam dunk. Won the first ever slam dunk competition in 1976. Julius Erving, affectionately known as Dr. J. Dr. J was a legend, a badass, and he's a senior citizen now. 65 years old today, Dr. J. How about that? Legend with the New Jersey Nets of the American Basketball Association, and then on to the Philadelphia 76ers. James Blunt, phenomenal singer James Blunt. I really like him. James Blunt, 41 years old today. Robert Wadlow, born this day in 1980, passed away much too young at the age of 22 in 1940. Now, why did he pass away so young? He's the tallest person documented that's ever lived. 8 feet 11 inches tall when he passed away. Look at that. There's Carrie Elwes with Matthew Broderick. Yeah, Robert Wadlow passed away at the age of 22 in 1940. But he's 8 feet 11 inches tall and still growing when he died. Poor circulation. When you're that tall, odds are you're not going to live that long, unfortunately. It's too bad. For all you Star Trek fans out there, I know my good friend Justin Dimon of Prosper's the #1 Star Trek fan in the world. Jerry Ryan. Former multiple Baby of the Day on Beer and Song of the Day, actress Jerry Ryan. Yeah, 7 of 9 on Star Trek. She's 47 years old today. 47 and a gift sent from heaven. Yeah, she is. Because she is finer than a new set of snow tires. Ah, the Irish Brigade, Confederate song. The Irish were heavily involved in the Civil War. And listen to that music, man. Doesn't it make you want to drink some beer? Let's do that. Let's drink some beer. Empty brain cells on average ain't fan. There you go. So, another beer I bought over at Philo Liquors, Harpoon Chocolate Stout. And oh, Emma Montgomery and all you other beer aficionados out there, you'll love this one. This one's like taking a chocolate bar and melting it in the beer. Harpoon Chocolate Stout, 5.9% of absolute exquisite wicked awesomeness out of Boston, Massachusetts, and Windsor, Vermont. This stuff is incredible. Let's crack it open. Private ordering apparatus, Pro Technique. And a 45-degree angle right in the beer consumption apparatus right on the keyboard. Because I'm just that damn good. Haven't spilled a drop yet, never will.
They have called us rebels and traitors, but themselves have thrown off that name of late. They were called in by the English.
Cheers the beers to all of you Prussians. They say Germany, Kapai, as they say in Japan.
The name to us is not a new one, though 'tis one.
Oh God, mouthgasm. A+ all the way on this here beer. Unfreaking believable.
When they met with the Irish Brigade.
All right, back to the birthdays. How about Senator Ted Kennedy? Massachusetts U.S. Senator from 1962 all the way up until he passed away in 2009 at the age of 77. Now, Ted Kennedy, while I have a tendency to lean to the Republican side, I did always vote Ted Kennedy in office. Ted Kennedy is a good senator. Ted Kennedy, although I didn't always agree with his all of his philosophies, he was all about the veterans, and I definitely am all about the veterans. My father, former 4th Street Guard Marine Vietnam vet. And oh, by the way, Ted Kennedy was friends with my grandmother on my father's side, the late great Kitty Baker. Ted Kennedy read her column Chatterbox every single week in the Falmouth Enterprise. So Ted Kennedy has a special place in my heart. Ted Kennedy, happy birthday, and sorely missed, no question about that. 2 phenomenal actors born this day in 1907. Robert Young, who will always remember in Father Knows Best. He passed away in 1998 at the age of 91. Sheldon Leonard. He did a lot of producing, like the Dick Van Dyke Show, for instance. But he was also in The Bartender, Nick, in the 1946 classic, my favorite Christmas film of all time, It's a Wonderful Life. Sheldon Leonard, born this day in 1907, just like Robert Young, but he passed away at the age of 89 in early 2007. Now look at that. That's the role that Matthew Broderick played. They look so much alike, it's almost scary. What a great song. What a great actor. Matthew Broderick. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, you want to love it? We love this song. The legendary The Yellow Rose of Texas. Great song. Let's finish off these birthdays. Lord Baden-Powell. B-A-D-E-N. Is it Baden or Baden? Lord Baden-Powell, born this day in 1857, passed away in 1941. He's the one that brought us the Boy Scouts of America in 1910. And his wonderful better half, Lady Baden-Powell, however you pronounce it, she was born this day in 1889, passed away in 1977. She was one of the driving forces behind the Girl Scouts of America in 1912. So, Lord and Lady Baden-Powell, happy birthday to the two of them. Final birthday of the day, actor James Hong. James Hong, 86 years old today. Phenomenal actor, no doubt about it. So there you go. Now let's bring out our next hunk of the day on Beer and Song of the Day, Vegan Aid. Oh, I almost brought out the wrong hunk. Boy, that would have been an egregious error. Let's bring out, one of my favorite actors, Denzel Washington. I loved him in Malcolm X. I loved him in, I've loved this guy in so many movies. And he was amazing in Glory. Denzel Washington. Now, note it's hard to tell on my camera, but he got flogged badly in this movie. You know, getting whipped. I mean, that was the era, and thank God we've passed the slavery era, because slavery is the biggest bunch of bullshit ever. Slavery will always deserve a big fat GFY, in my opinion. Denzel Washington, phenomenal actor. He even won a supporting, Best Supporting Actor Academy Award for this role. He did an amazing job in this movie, folks. Denzel Washington is one of the greatest actors that I've known. So we got a lot of show notes to do. You know, like I said, the majority of Carrie Elwes's scenes were cut from the film. Why? I have no idea. Very early in the morning, there is a scene of Union soldiers playing baseball. While there remains considerable dispute about exactly when, where, and how the sport was invented, there is no question that the Civil War itself had a significant role in the rapid growth of the sport, as it became a popular pastime for soldiers on both sides of the Mason-Dixon line who spread it around the country. In fact, Union General Abner Doubleday was once credited with inventing baseball in 1839, but that theory has long been discredited. They say Alexander Cartwright in 1845 is the guy that invented it. Either way, I don't know, but all I know is the Civil War was a big part of making baseball the American pastime that it is nowadays. So, Rose of Alabama, as we continue on with Denzel Washington, our hunk of the day, our next hunk of the day, phenomenal actor, played an incredible role in this movie. Now, like we said earlier, the film depicts the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry training through the Christmas holidays of presumably 1862. And that was after the September 1862 Battle of Antietam. But the real 54th Massachusetts did not organize until March 1863. And were engaged in their first battle on James Island, South Carolina on July 16th, 1863. Hey, it was my father's birthday, but he was born 87 years later. And then Battery Wagner, the final battle in the film, on July 18th, 1863. Yeah, you don't hear about Massachusetts a whole lot when it comes to the Civil War. With us, it's all about the Revolution. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm a proud masshole, and you all know that. There he is with his Best Supporting Actor Oscar. Well-deserved and well-earned Denzel Washington. I'll drink to that. The relief sculpture in the credits is the Robert Gould Shaw and 54th Regiment Memorial in Boston Common by Augustus St. Gaudens. While Jane Alexander has a brief cameo, her part was probably meant to be larger, as evidenced by early poster and trailer credits highlighting her name. It sounds like she was cut from the film a lot as well. Two of the greatest African-American actors ever. I think these are the two greatest African-American actors of all time. Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman together. That is an awesome picture right there of two absolute icons. Doesn't matter that they're African American. They're both just great actors, period. They really are. Oh, classic scene right there, where Morgan Freeman slaps the shit out of Denzel Washington. Oh yeah, he literally went. Wild scene, no doubt. Oh. Another word for all my rebel friends out there in the Yeehaw South. I'm a good old rebel.
Oh, I'm a good old rebel, now that's just what I am. For this fair land of freedom, I do not care
Now,
a damn. I'm glad I
they say that this film has one of the longest credit rolls in history. The credits following the movie ran a full 10 minutes and were shipped to theaters on a separate reel. The film's cast is displayed 3 times, each could be in a different layout.
I hate the Freedmen's Bureau.
There it is. That scene was an absolute classic. Several of the extracts from Colonel Shaw's supposed letters to his mother, as heard in voiceover narration through the film, were actually taken from Army Life in a Black Regiment, an 1870 book by Thomas Wentworth Higginson, who commanded the 1st South Carolina Regiment during the Civil War. This was Andre Braugher's movie debut. Oh, look at it. That is whip marks on his back, just absolutely awful. And what's heartbreaking is what slaves went through back in the day, getting whipped like that. People should not have to endure anything like that. Certainly not for the color of their skin. Now, child molesters? Whip the shit out of them, will ya? I believe in flogging when warranted and necessary. The scenes for the party were filmed in the Savannah home of Jim Williams, the man whose history was the basis for the film Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil from 1997. So that's it for Denzel Washington. Let's go ahead and take it to the 3rd and final male star of the movie. Now, I just featured this man on yesterday's show because we featured Shawshank Redemption. This is how awesome this man is. Morgan Freeman. I mean, come on. He was incredible as Red in Shawshank Redemption in 1995. But 5 years before that, he was extremely impressive in this movie, Glory, as well, in 1989. Morgan Freeman, 77 years old now, definitely still going strong. He is one of the most beloved actors of all time. How could he not be? Morgan Freeman, a class act all the way. You know, we were talking about Matthew Broderick earlier. Matthew Broderick actually bears a very strong resemblance to the real Robert Gould Shaw. That's right. That was the picture I showed earlier. Matthew Broderick and Robert Gould Shaw. How ironic that they look so much alike. That's really cool. The Fighting 69th, the Irish Brigade, the Wolf Tones. How about this one? Great music. Great movie. You know, many of the first shots in the movie were taken from the 125th anniversary reenactment of the Battle of Gettysburg in 1988. That's kind of fitting. In which up to 15,000 participants took part. Wow. Wait till 2000 and, oh wait, no, they had the 150th reenactment in 2013, and that was insane. But the scenes were filmed at the Gettysburg reenactment were fused into the depicted Battle of Antietam scene, which was filmed in McDonough, Georgia. Yeah! Viewers can distinguish the two separately filmed locations either by the massive amounts of reenactment troops that were at the Gettysburg event or by the browner, dry summer background of Pennsylvania in 1988 and the greener spring background of Georgia in 1989. Now, although it's not depicted in the film, Robert Gould Shaw got married to Anna Nealon Haggerty a few months before the 54th was sent to South Carolina. Again, I love that picture, folks. It's a great photo right there. According to director Edward Zwick, Matthew Broderick and Cary Elwes did not get along during filming. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe that's why Cary Elwes was cut. I don't know. And I like Cary Elwes. Great actor. Many scenes and subplots were cut out from both the theatrical version and the DVD. These include Shaw, who was played by Matthew Broderick, and Cabot Forbes, who was played by Cary Elwes. And they were attending school together, fencing one another, etc. Nearly all of the scenes of Jane Alexander were cut. Wow. That's the only problem is you get so many scenes in great movies that are cut. I know they would last forever, but they should always come out with uncut versions of movies as well. So if the true viewer wants to watch the uncut scenes, they should do so. To see what they think. Now, the Civil War reenactors who took part in the film did so voluntarily and without pay. Wow, that's cool. Hell, I'd do the same thing myself. Hey, any little bit of camera exposure? Sure, why not? Call me an attention whore, I'll take it. In order to simulate realistic shell bursts, Edward Zwick and his effects crew used lycopodium powder, which when puffed into a naked flame, instantly ignites, producing a phosphorescent ball of light for a split second. We were talking about Morgan Freeman. Look at that. Two of my favorite roles by him, and then that's Morgan Freeman nowadays, 77, and a gift sent from heaven. To Morgan Freeman, we drink. Great scene in the movie right there. Very cool. Now, the inaugural battle for the real 54th Massachusetts, as mentioned, was at James Island, South Carolina, on July 16, 1863. The scene depicting this engagement was filmed during late February of 1989 at a Girl Scout camp on the Rose Dew Island near Savannah, Georgia. It actually snowed during filming, and heaters had to be brought on to melt the snow. Well, hey, it was July. Not supposed to be cold. Later in the Christmas at Camp Reedville scene, which was filmed in March of 1989, at the Old Train Road Roundhouse in Savannah, Georgia, snowblowers were brought in to blow chipped ice onto the ground to give the appearance of a winter snow. Boy, they definitely took advantage in every way they could. No doubt about that. Oh, speaking of Georgia, how about we play the song Marching Through Georgia? Or as you non-Massachusetts people would say, Georgia. Georgia! That's how we say it back home. Now, while this is the first major motion picture to acknowledge that African Americans had their own unit in the American Civil War, the subject has been referred to in other films. In fact, Andrew V. McLaglin's Shenandoah from 1965 is one such example. That's the one to check out. Now, I know that's not from the movie, but I love that picture. Morgan Freeman, just looking ultra cool, badass, and absolutely wicked awesome. Now, we really didn't have any babes of the day in the movie, but I wanted to pay homage to a lady who was a real Civil War angel. She was the nursing angel in the Civil War. Of course, the inventor of the Red Cross, Clara Barton. Born Christmas Day in 1821. Passed away at the ripe old age of 90, April 12th of 1912. Clara Barton and the American Red Cross, and synonymous with being that heroic battlefield nurse. Clara Barton did so much greatness. She deserves to be honored on Baron Song of the Day as a babe of the day, especially when we're featuring a Civil War type of thing. Edward Zwick was initially apprehensive about how his African-American cast would feel about this telling of a crucial part of their history by a young white Jewish director. To his delight and relief, he found his cast to be very affable and good humor towards him. Some of them even grateful that he was brave enough to tackle such an important subject. Obviously, this was a very important subject. We don't hear about African Americans being involved in the Civil War, other than to be freed from slavery. So this was awesome. It really was. And big kudos to Edward Zwick for tackling this subject and directing this great movie. Kevin Jarre, J-A-R-R-E, I don't know how to pronounce that, I don't care. Kevin Jarre was inspired to write the screenplay when he encountered a moment to Robert Gould Shaw on Boston Common. The memorial is shown in the closing credits. Now, fog machines were used throughout the production in an attempt to eradicate any signs of blue sky. Edward Zwick was particularly keen for the film to look as bleak as possible. It was a bleak time. Americans were killing Americans, folks. Civil War was just an awful and tragic war. Every person killed in that war was an American. Matthew Broderick's facial hair is gradually darkened throughout the movie to give the impression that he has become older and more seasoned. Now, although the respective film's history periodic, let me get to this. We are coming, Father Abraham. Here you go. Oh yeah, Father Abram. We are coming, Father Abram. Amen. Now, although the respective film history periodical Films in Review usually devoted itself to film history, it released a two-part article on Glory by Charles Sawyer, who was an extra in the movie, in its December 1989, January 1990 issues. There is an urban legend out there that Matthew Broderick is a distant relative of Robert Gould Shaw, the character he plays in the movie, but no citations have been produced to support this claim. Speaking of Kevin Jarre, he was the white soldier who shouts, "Get him hell, 54!" That's right. Cameo. Another cameo, of course, Jane Alexander was Robert Gould Shaw's mother. Lance Norris. He's a Boston radio legend back home. He appears as the man in the crowd as the troops are marching through Boston. Good to throw him in there. Lance Morris, definite icon. Now at the end, Shaw is thrown into the mass grave with the other black soldiers. Normally officers were given formal burials. The Confederacy had such contempt for the black regiment that the officers were thrown in with the regular soldiers and no honors were rendered. Wow. Well, you know, they wanted to be free, folks. Let's just call it the way it was. You know, like I said, it was an ugly and bleak war. So let's finish it off with Kent Town Races sing their song, Doo-dar, Doo-dar. So I had a little bit of a 1974 Blazing Saddles flashback. I love this song. That's the movie I first heard this song from. A young Clara Barton as a teacher back in the day. Great song. This is from 1866. Doo-dar, doo-dar. Oh, the doo-dar day. Great song. It's a feel-good song, folks. Oh, doo-dar day. Ah, Red Cross, baby. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. Yeah! Yeah! I'm feeling wicked good now, y'all. Let's drink. Oh, doo-dar day. That long-tail
filly and the big black horse. Do-da, do-da, they fly.
There you go, that's the last picture of Daniel Beard song in a day.
The black horse sticking in a big mud hole. Do-da, do-da.
Now, in the attack to the Fort Wagner, nearly half the regiment was killed, wounded, or captured. For his bravery in the battle, Sergeant William H. Carney became the first African American to earn the Medal of Honor, the nation's highest military award. However, the award was given to him 37 years later. Well, better late than never, but I'm glad that he was honored as such, and rightfully so. Now, the lines spoken by Colonel Montgomery to the outraged Colonel Shaw when he orders the burning of Darien, Sakesh has got to be swept away by the hand of God like the Jews of old, are the actual words of Montgomery quoted in a letter from the real Robert Gould Shaw to his family. Yikes. In real life, it was Brigadier General George Crockett Strong, who was played by J.O. Sanders in the film, who addressed the 54th Massachusetts on the beach before their assault on Fort Wagner. General Strong, the brigade commander, pointed to the 54th flag bearer and asked, if this man should fall, who will lift the flag and carry it on? It was Colonel Robert Gould Shaw who replied, I will. General Strong was himself mortally wounded by shrapnel in the assault on Fort Wagner. He was taken to New York City where he died of tetanus 2 weeks after the battle. According to several historical sources, Robert Gould Shaw was shot through the heart and fell into Fort Wagner rather than falling outside of it. His men went in after him and they were all killed. Robert Gould Shaw and Charles Fessenden Morse were the only two soldiers whose real names were used in the movie. Morse, however, was not in the 54th Cavalry. In reality, the 54th Massachusetts. In reality, Cabot Forbes was based off of Edward Needles Hallowell, who led the 54th after Shaw had died. Edward Swift deliberately decided to put the film's glorious moment when a soldier's head gets blown off right at the start of the film to prepare audiences for the terrifying onslaught of battle. With that moment in place, he didn't need to resort to any other gore tactics because audiences would have accepted by then that the war is vicious. Folks, the Civil War was definitely vicious, no question about it. Like I said, every person killed was an American. Just a horrific, horrific war. Let's hope we can take a lesson from this. Because right now, I think we're the divided states of America. If you look at the way life is right now, our nation is more divided than it has been since the Civil War era. I want all of you to take a lesson and say, you know what? Like Rodney King said, why can't we all just get along? We need to. Sure, we all think differently. Thank God we have the freedom to think differently. We do. So think about that. Instead of just bashing, oh, I don't like the way you think, so you suck. Don't be like that. Instead say, hey, I respect your opinion, but my personal opinion is such and such. Okay? You know, we can work on compromise through that, and we need to work on becoming the United States of America again. Because God forbid we go into another civil war. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want that. I'm the love doctor, not the fight doctor, okay? So let's drink to happiness, prosperity, and freedom. Let's do it. Just like Nike, just do it.
He just gets up all night long to go to the bathroom, and when he goes to the bathroom, he's in there forever. There's nothing wrong with it because his pH...
Empty as the brain cells of an average Yankee fan. Folks, you know what time it is, right? Damn right, Reverend Dr. B. Folks, time to make a fetus and head out. So everybody take care. Have a wicked awesome night and day. Peace be the journey. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't drink and drive. You might spill your drink, or you might kill yourself, or somebody else. And drinking and driving is dumb to being a Yanks fan. And what's dumber than that is rooting for douchebag cocksuckers like Eli. I'm a Tom Brady. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, look at your record compared to his. Jackass. Manning. Or men slapping women. Or animal abuse. or racism, or people who watch on bets, or fake friends, or anybody that supports the fans or is a member of the Westboro Baptist Church. Things like that are just plain stupid and definitely deserve a big, fat GFY. Folks, I'm out of here. I will see you all tomorrow with a much shorter show for Blues Monday. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Much respect to each and every one of you. Oh, hell yeah.